I want to do long-lasting makeup for hot days. We live in Florida. It's getting hotter and hotter by the day. I just said to my husband this week, did they throw the switch? Because it is just increasingly gotten more humid and hotter every day. And today I think it's going to be closer to 90. We're in South Florida. And that is why I have my hair curly, because we're getting into those hot, humid, frizzy days. And I've been wearing my hair straight for a good, I want to say 10 months, and I wanted to see if the curl was still there, because you know, if you wear it straight and then you wear it curly, it may not bounce back as fast. And so this was a test for that. I did a video, I'll link it below, that just posted about doing my hair curly. So if you're interested in that, if you have similar curly, frizzy hair, definitely check that video out and let me know what you use, because I'm very curious. And then I wanted to also, with that in mind, because I'm getting ready for hot, humid days, which we already have, is do my makeup that will last for those days. So let's put my hair back and do some makeup together. I think it's really important to start with a clean face. If you have dry skin and you moisturize and do that, then go in with your sunscreen. I already put on my sunscreen. I'm testing out a new product from Lancer. It looks like this. It's a mineral sunscreen. It's SPF 50. It says Mineral Sun Shield Universal Tint, and it's broad spectrum SPF 30. And I'm excited to give it a try. We're gonna be out and about today and see how it works for all day wear and everything like that. It feels good. I've already put it on my skin. I did about 2 fingers worth of product and then added that on my face. It's really important, depending on what kind of makeup you're using, that you don't rely on that for your SPF, because you really need enough coverage on your ears, your face, you know, your nose, everything, your neck, your décolleté, everything for your sunscreen. So this is that. I normally wear the Unsun sunscreen SPF 40. I love this. This has never been a problem for me. Also, this is a clear sunscreen, and it also works with my cream foundation. So it's key to get your sunscreen to sink into your skin so that you can have a base for the rest of your makeup. It's kind of like a primer, but anyway, so I did that. And then what I wanted to do is, because sunscreen does have a little bit of slickness to it, and like it sometimes can feel a little heavy, I'm gonna put the Plush Prep Mist on top of it, because this is a really good primer for your makeup, and it's gonna help the makeup stick to my face versus, you know, slide off from the sunscreen. So let's just shake that up real quick, add that to my face. And the bonus is that it feels so good on your face. This is something I will take with me to refresh my face at the end of the day or in the middle of the day. And then I'm gonna use this little portable fan. I don't know if you've seen this before or you've been on this channel before, but I love using a little fan to dry the Plush Prep Mist so that it will allow me to do my makeup faster or get to my makeup faster. Let's put it on a higher setting. And so this is going to be a great way to prime my skin. It has hyaluronic acid in it. It has caffeine, so that's going to help plump my skin, hydrate my skin. And then it is going to have some, what is it called? I always get this wrong. It has a flower. It has a flower in it, a flower extract. What is it called? I'll link it below. That is really good also for calming your skin, evening out your skin tone. And it's just kind of out of my head. Oh well. It's not elderberry, it's something else. Anyway, alpine flower, that's it. So this is great for that. And you can take this with you because it is TSA size. So you can take this with you on a plane to refresh your face or your makeup and give yourself a little bit more moisture. It's a really great product. And as you can see, I'm getting down and I'm gonna have to get another one. It's awesome. So I think this is almost dry, and it's gonna take just a minute to dry because I've got the sunscreen that's sunk in my skin, and it feels really good over the sunscreen, because sometimes this is new, I'm trying this out, it's a little heavier than the Supergoop. So anyway, I'm hoping it's good because I'm gonna be out and about, like I said, and I wanna just test it. And it's only 30 SPF, so I do like a higher SPF, but I think for every day, this is good. I am also doing this because I want to test it out. We are going to Disney, hence the shirt, in a few weeks, and I want to make sure that I can get my hair to do what I want it to do and my makeup to do what it wanted to do. But I've been doing this for a while. We've been in Florida for 5 years. I've been with this makeup brand for 3, and so I'm pretty used to what will work for really high temperature days and making sure that it'll last. It's definitely about less makeup and prepping your skin, and then setting your skin. So those are 2 really, really important things. So by adding my sunscreen and then the primer with this Plush Prep Mist, we've set the stage for the makeup. Now today I'm not gonna use my fingers, I'm actually gonna use a brush. I'm gonna use the blend brush, and you're gonna see I'm gonna do a really light, easy application. And this is gonna make my makeup last longer. It's gonna not be as heavy. It's not gonna be cakey, especially because I'm using this sunscreen that's a little bit heavier. I don't want a lot on my skin because that's gonna feel, I know it sounds strange to say maybe even claustrophobic in your own skin, but you want it to be a really light, thin layer, and especially when it's hot, especially when it's humid, because that's just gonna make you, and then, if you have a cloth with you and you're like, oh my God, I'm so hot, that's just not gonna work. So now it feels pretty, it's a little tacky, which is what I want because it'll hold the makeup. So I'm gonna use this end of the blend brush. It's got this nice fluffy tapered end like this, and then it's got a kind of another smaller end on there, but I'm going to use this bigger end, and it's actually not that big. So let's go in and do it. And it's literally about tapping lightly into the product. So not a lot of product, as you can see. I'm not lifting a ton of product. It's very minimal, and I'm just going to lightly dust it. I'm going to do a little bit on my eyes, and then I'm going to do a little bit up here. And this, because it's such a light, fluffy brush, you're pressing it, but you're kind of doing little strokes to cover. And because I'm doing my lightest color, I'm just gonna go down my nose like I do with my makeup, and see, you can sort of see how it's landed on my skin, and then you just wanna blend it and press it into your skin. So I'm lightly tapping my skin and like doing little brush strokes, and that's how I'm doing it. And this is just the brightener. Here, and this is exactly how I would do it, but I'm not using my fingers today. I'm just gonna do that. Okay, now I'm gonna go into my second color. I'm only gonna use 2 colors. I'm not gonna cover my face with makeup because I don't want to. I don't want to have a lot of makeup on. I just want to minimize the parts of my face that are bothering me, which is the redness, which is actually diminished because this sunscreen has a little bit of color in it. So I do have an more even skin than normal, but I want to just cover up this redness right here. And as you can see, it's really light and really thin like this, okay? And then over here, I'm gonna do the same right here around my nose. I always seem to have a little redness around my nose, so I'm just gonna go in there on the top of my lip, sometimes in the end of my nose. And whatever's on my brush, I'm just gonna sweep it, tap it into my skin like this. And this is quick. This should not take you a lot of time. Again, on my chin, like that. And I have a little bit of discoloration over here. I just want to cover that up a little bit right in here. I have a little, and again, so light. And as you can see, I haven't really put much makeup on my face. And that's it, right there. Really simple, really minimal. I just want to have a clean canvas. Then I'm going to go in with the detail brush, add a little bit of contour, because the sunscreen, because it has a little pigment in it, kind of made my face flat, like one layer. And so I just want to add a little more dimension back to my face because we are 3-dimensional. So I'm just going to go in with my detail brush and add a little bit of color. I'm going to tap in on my cheeks like this. And again, you can do this really quickly, and it's really light, and contour should just stay where it is. So let me just look in there. So that gives a little, see how that gave a little shadow to my face? And then we want to put a little bit up here. Hold on, I need a little bit more than that. And then rub that in, and then you can see how this is just going to give my face some dimension. So bring this down, and this is a shadow. on my forehead like this. I love how this just warms up my face. Now I'm using a warmer contour than I was before because now we're going into summer and I don't wear a ton of bronzer. I still like the contour more. I don't really sun, so I'm not like a tanning person. So if you are someone who loves to tan and you like more a tan color, you could either use a warmer contour or you could use your bronzer for this, right? And I'm just not gonna use that today, but I'm just gonna go like this. And then that added a little bit more warmth and shadow and dimension up there. And then whatever's on my brush, which is really nothing, I'm just gonna put on my nose like this, just to add a little in that, like this. And then whatever is left, I'm just gonna go down here. And really not a lot of makeup. I'm now gonna go back to my blend brush. Now, because let's say you're traveling and you're summer warm, so it's nice just to use one brush and not use a ton. So that's why I'm gonna go back to the blend brush, because if I'm traveling, if we're going to Disney, which we are, I don't like to have a ton of stuff with me. I just wanna have the easiest, simplest way to do my makeup. So I'm gonna pop in to Hollywood. And as you can see, I'm just gonna pick up a little bit and I'm gonna dab it into where I want it. I love this color because it's just a really gorgeous pinky peach and it has a little bit of gold shimmer in it. Like it's not like a gloss or whatever, but it just gives a little bit of sheen, which I love. So I'm just gonna add that to my cheeks for a little color. And as you can see, very little on my brush. And this is going to stay. It's going to give your skin a beautiful sheen. And if you like more or you want to come closer, then just come a little bit like that. If you want, you can add a little bit on your forehead like this, across your nose, because that's sort of where the sun and the light would hit your face and just warms up your face a little bit like that. And maybe on your chin. So that is a very light, super light blush, and that's Hollywood. And then I like going in with my finger into the illuminator like this and just adding it on the top of my cheeks like this. That way I know how much I'm putting, like that. And that's just gonna give a really nice soft glow to my skin, right? And then we are gonna do my eyebrows. So I highly recommend, especially if you're in your 50s like I am, I'm 57, you've got to do something with your eyebrows. So I love this gel, especially when you're traveling on a hot day, because it's going to keep your eyebrows in place. And we're going to shape it with this. So it's got a little like comb on it. And if you don't have a spoolie with you, which is, let me show you what a spoolie is. There it is, found it. You know, you could use a spoolie with brow wax and shape your brows like this, but I highly recommend, especially if it's hot, you want your makeup to stay, this is a great little tool. So you just brush it in to your brows like this, shape them. And if you wanted to add some color, I would do it after you brush the gel in, and you can fill in any sparse spots. And you could use an eyeshadow, you could use I love the Glossier pen. Do I have the Glossier pen? I don't know if I have it here, do I? Oh yes, this is a great one. I actually need to get a new one. This is awesome. This pen is great. So after I've just done that, I can go in with this little pen, and I'll link all this below for you. And you can just take little hair like this and draw in. And now I don't know if this, oh yeah, it's still good. And just draw like this into little strokes like this. And it's gonna add some color and little hair to your potentially sparse eyebrows, if that's you. I love this one. I'm actually needing a new one. And then I'll just even it out and do this side. So this is really quick. You can just go like this, add it in, and you want to do this after you put the gel, because if you rub the gel through it, it might move where it is. Okay, that is a must-have on hot, humid days. Get your gel in your eyebrows like that, and that'll keep them in place. And especially if you're like me and you're putting on and off either sunglasses or reading glasses, this will keep your eyebrows where they are, and they won't go up and down and move. And it's not tight or hard, and it'll dry, and you won't even know you're wearing it. It's that good. And there's no color in it. There are other brands that have colors, but I find that can get really thick and heavy and look dark. So I really like this clear. This is the Archangel. I'll link again. This is all linked in below. And then the last thing is, you don't want a ton of makeup because, it's hot, it's humid, and depending on what you're doing. And for me, if I'm at Disney World and we're running around, or I'm at the beach or something, I don't want a ton of eyeshadow or anything, but I do like just a wash of color. So sometimes I'll either do my contour or bronzer and just put a little bit on my eyes. I may do a wash of a pretty color of eyeshadow, but because I'm testing this out to go to the parks, I'm just gonna use the smaller end of the same blend brush. I'm gonna go into my contour, pick up a little bit of the color like this, and I'm gonna go in and add it as a little shadow on my eyelid like this. And it's just going to create this really pretty like shadow and definition for my eyes. You see the difference? It's so subtle, so nice. It's not going to go anywhere. And because it's a cream, it's not going to be dry or cakey, especially when it's hot and humid. And that's what happens. Sometimes those powders will get dry and they'll start caking, and that's not what you want. So it's just like a really light layer of your contour as a wash on the outer corner. Now you can go on your whole lid if you want, so we could do that. Add a little bit on the lid. And I love that it's just multi-use, so fast, so simple. You could use your finger if you prefer, like that, right? And then the last thing I would do is take a little bit of my illuminator with my finger, add a little bit in the middle just to give a little sheen, just a little extra like that. And you can take the same up here if you want on your brow bone, right? Just like that. And then that's pretty much it. Now we just have to do lips and we have to do mascara. Now use your favorite mascara. I am still loving this Ilia. I do like the Velvet from Saint, but this is the one that just was the fastest one that was right there. I always use an eyelash curler. So whatever I do, I always take an eyelash curler. So I'm gonna do that. And that makes a big difference because I have short, stubby eyelashes. So I do this and then take my mascara. Now, if you are gonna go on a water ride or you're going to the beach or whatever like that, get a waterproof mascara that you really like. This is not waterproof. I don't like the Ilia brand waterproof version. I just like the plain one that's not waterproof. But if you like a waterproof or you need a waterproof, pick your favorite mascara and wear a waterproof one, especially if it's gonna be really hot and humid and you're worried about your mascara running. I would do waterproof. And I need to test out some new ones because I'm not loving what I have right now. So I'm gonna use this. And usually my mascara doesn't run, but I think on hot, humid days, you should definitely use a waterproof mascara. And then I like to do the bottom like this. Okay, and that's mascara. And the last thing is do something on your lips. Now, you could just use a gloss, you could add a little color. What I like to do is, at least for the start of the day, it may not last the whole day, but I like to go in with a little of my contour, and I add a little liner, like this. And I like these light pink colors because they're really good for most people. Just like that. I have a little Cienega right here. I can use my finger. It's a little gloss. And there you have it. That's pretty much the makeup. I always carry a lip oil with me. So this is the one I'm sort of loving right now. This is the Marshmallow. This is more white. Add that. So it gives you a really pretty glow on your lips. So that's it. My makeup is all done. And so the last thing you can do, if you really want your makeup to last all day, I really like this all-nighter from Urban Decay. This is a hyaluronic acid. It's got watermelon fruit extract, and it has all-day wear. I'm not saying that this doesn't have all-day wear, but this is This is the Mac Daddy of all day wear. So what I would do is before I go out, I would just take this, and this is so cool. It's got the big lid and then it's got the smaller lid. So I do like this for if I'm gonna be at Disney all day long. I will take this like this and I'll just spray it on my face, and just make sure you're far enough away. Missed it? Oh, it smells so good. And then that'll dry on your face and you're good to go. And like I said earlier, I am testing out this, I am testing out this new sunscreen. So I will be back and let you know, and I'll let you know in the description below, because when I edit this video, I will know how it had lasted for the day. And I'll be out and about doing chores and errands, like I said, so I'll have an idea if it's gonna work. So this is the hair. Check out that video. This is the quick makeup. And as you can see, it's very glowy, it's really light, and it doesn't feel heavy and cloying or anything like that. So that's really, really important to me. I just wanted to minimize the little things that bother me, the redness, and give my face a little dimension, a little color. And then I love just giving just a little addition to the eyes. So minimal makeup, but you look like yourself just a little better. So that's it. That is my quick, easy, natural, minimal makeup, long-lasting makeup for hot days. If you have a great mascara that's waterproof that you love, leave me a comment below. I would love to know, because that's something I'm going to start testing out, and I would love to know some different ones that you like, because that'll help me narrow down my choices. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. You'll get notified when new videos go up. I've got a ton of videos, so check them out below, and I will see you in the next one.